It's spinning. That's a good thing. It's spinning. Are we here? Are we here? No.
Is this real life?
Is this?
There we go.
Okay, wait, hey. We're here. We're here. Okay. Don't go. Don't nobody move. Stop what you're doing. Don't unplug anything. Just pay attention to the show. It's going to be awesome. All right. So I don't know if you guys caught anything before we cut out there. But again, this is our brand new weekly show on Sundays. Press Start's going to be interviewing people from the Indy and esports community. Our first guest, obviously needs no introduction. You know him, you love him. SunlessKhan in the IGL studio here. Appreciate you being here, man.
It's great to be here.
We're just going to we'll keep riding through the issues here. We got the Twitch machine plugged back in and good to go. So we're just going to jump right into it. A little bit of a rough start, but sometimes that's what the best streams are made of here. As you guys know, we got Sunless in the booth here. We're going to be talking with them, doing a little interview. So, first things first. We all know you're the big-time YouTube content creator, and so I'm sure everybody's wondering kind of like, why? Like, why did you decide to get into content creation?
That's a good question. Yeah. It's a great question. Well, I always made videos. That was kind of like what I was interested in from the start, like as far back as I can remember that. Well, I mean, ever since I had a video camera, it was like the family camera, making videos. So that was kind of like content creation was really like what I was drawn to from the beginning. Going through high school, figuring out what I wanted to do for a living, it was like making movies, So I didn't think I pictured like YouTube wasn't a thing yet. Like totally different landscape back then when I was even when I was in high school. Like it wasn't that long ago, but it was so different. But I knew I was going to make videos, so sure. That's in the grand scheme of things how I got into being a content creator. It was just like from the beginning, like just making videos. Yeah. That's what it was all about.
Awesome, that's awesome. Because you were doing something video related before you went full-time content creator, correct?
Yeah. I was an editor at a video production house.
Oh, okay.
So that was like my field. Yeah, I was editing videos. It was just like commercials and stuff like that. But we also did. I mean, everyone there at the company was interested in entertainment as well. Okay. So we all kind of, paid the bills with our commercial work. But then we had ambitions for short films and even feature films, documentaries, that kind of thing. So
neat. Hey, that's neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's neat. So next question is going to be brought to you by the Mustache with his tier 2 sub, 5 months. Thank you so much for that, man. I've got eyes everywhere. Even though I can't see the notifications or have anything, we still see it. Grand champ of our heart. Thank you so much for that, Mustache. We're kind of, it's funny because we were talking about this off stream a bit here early on. It was like you got over like probably 230. I mean, when we were checking out the interview questions for this, you're at like 220. I'm sure now you're at like 240,000 YouTube subs. When you first approached us on the summer circuit, you were around like 68. So you've seen just so much growth in these like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
What are maybe some things you think have really contributed to that growth, or what are maybe some reasons you think people might have gravitated towards your channel here over the last few months?
I think, I kind of asked myself that because I didn't like have a plan. Like now I'm going to start this, I'm going to have this change of direction and it's going to like go really well for me. Like
sure.
It was not. I mean, that's just not how I did YouTube. I mean, also like having it as a hobby, like I took it seriously and I wanted to grow it, but it was still kind of a side thing. Because you can't get out, it had to be at a certain point before it became like the full-time thing. Sure. So, but I think what it was now, looking back, I think it was like a refined focus on the types of videos I was making. Okay. So it kind of happened subconsciously in a way. Sure. But looking back, it was like, that's what it was. It was when I stopped, doing gameplay videos, really. If I think about it, it was when I focused more on like, making sure each video was like a good edited, like entertaining, like had a purpose, and it wasn't just to get content out. Like I kind of assumed I was forced to like, if I need to grow my channel, I have to have like videos every week, and I can't make an edited video every week.
Sure.
Or I can't make multiple edited videos every week, so I need to fill it with like other stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, people won't mind that. Like it'll be variety.
Right.
But it just doesn't really work like that on YouTube sometimes. Maybe for some channels, but.
Yeah.
It really took off when I like focused on like taking my time and making sure each video was like really good.
Sure,
That's really what it was, I think.
Was there like, because I mean obviously we all know and love the Why You Suck at Rocket League series. Was there any sort of like series or string of videos that you think back to that was like, oh, this is where, you know, I started focusing on having themes for each video?
Yeah, it wasn't a series, but there was a string of videos where it was like, I started to understand like momentum a little bit in a way. Sure. There's like, no one really, I feel like no one really knows what they're doing on YouTube. But there's talk of momentum, like idea that like you get a couple of videos in a row. A series does that, but it wasn't a series. It was like, I just remember there were 3 or 4 videos in a row that all did well, and I hadn't had that before because I always just kind of assumed I did like a why you suck, and then I did some gameplay, and like I was okay with that. Yeah. This one's not gonna get as many views, but there was a point where I was like, no, each one is gonna be a hit, and then that's when it happened, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's neat though. Like, I mean, I know we've got a lot of people in the community that are whether they're aspiring streamers or content creators. This is kind of giving you a sneak peek for future questions we'll be talking about on the show. But get your notepad out. You know, if you're planning on trying to get into content creation, purpose beats quantity. Sounds like from what I heard.
Yeah.
So that's great.
It seems like a no-brainer, but it took time. Like I didn't.
Right.
I don't know.
Because I imagine there's a lot of pressure, like, to get a video out every week, or, you know, you got people expecting it, and then if you don't get videos out, you kind of drop off.
Yeah, exactly.
People have very short attention spans on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't regret, you know, having other videos or starting out, you know, not seeing this like insane growth at the beginning, because it was just like part of the process, part of the learning game.
Yeah, sure.
So,
do you? I was gonna have you take us way back if you can remember. Do you remember much about your first video? Like how many views it got, what it was? I mean, I guess I would say first video that was like, I'm doing this to start this channel, basically. Maybe not the first one you threw out there, like, oh look, there's, you know.
Yeah. Okay, this is really weird.
Okay.
I just checked because I had to like see because there were some that were like unlisted. I have a bunch of unlisted ones at the beginning, like kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I checked today, and the first video, exactly 2 years ago today.
Really?
January 20th. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's unlisted, so you guys can't see it. But it was like it was like it wasn't like something I threw up there. It was like, this will be the start of my channel.
Wow.
It was like a tutorial on the, I don't even use it anymore because like Bacchus Mod and the training packs are so good. Yeah. But it was this trainer, it was just called the Rocket League Trainer.
Sure.
It still exists, it's still great. But it was before training packs existed. There were no training packs. All you had was the tutorial, like the advanced tutorials. Sure. So like the ball would like shoot out a little pipe, and it was like really inefficient to practice because it would literally go through an animation. Like the ball would go back in this like thing and shoot out of this chute, and it was like you couldn't get good repetition. You know, it like took forever. And so this was a training pack, or this was a like mod tool that like basically did what training packs do now. Like reset the ball so you could like take tons of shots over and over. So I did a tutorial on that because I discovered it and I was like, I need to do a video on this. Even though like videos existed on it. I think even Neat Mike did a video on it actually. I discovered later. So I wasn't like the first person to do it.
Sure.
It was just something I wanted to talk about, so I did it.
Yeah. You're 2 years ahead of your time.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. I mean, that's awesome that today was the 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
It was unplanned, but hey, sometimes stuff works out that way. So I guess we get a... This one's coming from the chat, and this is a fun one.
Oh, boy.
Somebody says, how much of your success do you attribute to meeting Manifold?
A lot. Pretty much everything. Pretty much all my... I mean, I didn't even want to say success. Pretty much everything the channel is because of Manifold. Yeah. It's weird. I'm actually just a puppet.
Yeah, he's just a puppet for Manifold, aren't we all? IGL is too.
He's like, what was that? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, no. So step number 1, if you want to get your content creation going, have purpose. Step number 2, find your Manifold.
Find your Manifold.
Find your Manifold. So we talked about the Why You Suck at Rocket League series a bit earlier. We kind of referenced it a little. We're just kind of hoping maybe you could take us through it a little bit, kind of where the idea came from, and just because that was a big series for you, right? That kind of...
Well, that was really the start of the channel.
Sure, yeah.
You know, there's videos that I uploaded, like the one 2 years ago, but that was like the real start, which is, it'll be 2 years in like, I think it was like April or something. It's weird. I don't really remember my thought process when I made them, because I didn't know it was going to be... What I thought was going to be the video that like jump-started my channel was like this it was like this cinematic montage with like a speech and inspirational music under it that I'd uploaded before that, and it didn't do well at all. Like it was, I put so much work into it, and it didn't, like no one watched it. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, but I was discouraged, but I was like, I'll just make other videos. I'll just keep going, I guess. Yeah. And then I wish I remembered what I was thinking when I first made it, but I don't. Yeah. All I remember was I uploaded it on a Sunday. I think I started it like Saturday night, and I was like, oh, I'll just finish this tomorrow. And I remember Sunday afternoon like piecing it together, and I remember putting dramatic music under it, and I was like, this is actually really funny. Yeah. It was like 2 minutes long, really short, and I like posted it to Reddit, and then the next morning it had like 1,000 upvotes and like a couple thousand views, and I was like, yeah! I looked at my subscribers, and it was like 300, and I was like, oh my god! Wow! I was so excited. It was so cool. I don't remember the title. I don't know. I don't remember like naming it really. I just threw it up there.
It was the one. It was the one that got the snowball rolling, and then,
I guess
that here we go. Yeah. So I mean, you obviously have a lot of videos, especially from that series, but other ones too that talk about, you know, how to play the game, tips, tricks, all that. Do you ever go back and watch any of your videos if you're like maybe going through a rough patch, or you just kind of want to brush up? Like, are your videos the ones that you watch? Does it ever make sense to do that? Or
I think I look at the most recent ones, but I'm too like, I don't want to watch the old ones at all. Yeah. It's kind of cringy, to be honest. Like, I don't want to look at I don't watch any of the Why You Sucked or anything like that. Yeah. Really, ever. I look at them. Like, I see, like, I don't know, just like remember, but I don't like. It's more helpful to go to like my recent ones that have done well to remember like what I did to make them do well. You know, so I do that a little bit. Yeah. Not that much. It's mostly just like focusing on the future. Yeah. Yeah. What I'm making next.
The purpose, right? Purpose to go for.
Exactly. What do people want to see right now?
Sure.
Is different.
Okay, so we got a couple questions from the chat. We'll just keep these rolling in because these are fun ones. Do you watch The Office?
I do.
Okay.
I do watch The Office.
So we got a question here that says, if you were a character from The Office, who would you be?
I am like, okay, I think I'm like, there's definitely some Michael in me.
Sure.
Definitely some Michael Scott. Probably more than I care to admit, but probably like, but I will admit it. So probably like a third, and then there's definitely some Dwight, just like dweeb, like takes things too seriously. Definitely. So my humor and fun, like there's Michael there, and then there's like the Dwight, and a little bit of Andy too. Okay. I feel like I could probably like see a little bit of myself in probably every character. That's why the show's so good. Yeah. There's even a little bit of Angela in there. Where I'm just like, listen to the rules. Yeah. Come on, stop doing AOA ads in your videos. Psionic said not to. Like, there's a little bit of that in me too, so I really can't. But probably mostly Michael and Dwight.
That's hilarious. I love it. This is kind of a sidebar here, going with the Office theme. But whenever I like all the stuff with the party planning committee, whenever I was watching that in like college and high school, growing up, I'd be like, it's funny, but I'm sure nobody's actually like that. You get into the working world, and people are actually like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, they care about their parties, and like whatever amount of power they have, it's like that's their everything.
Right, it's their everything. So again. Like you said, why it's such a great show. You can see yourself in a lot of characters, and it kind of harkens to real life as well.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll throw this one out here because it's just the Sunless to Seth Rogen. Ha ha ha! We get it. Okay. If you were to replace any character in a Seth Rogen movie, how would you replace? Wait. This question's confusing with how it was written. So we're gonna say, if you were to replace any character in a Seth Rogen movie, which one would it be? I guess. If we know that, man. I mean, I would love to help you and be like, what about this movie?
Help me out. Give me some suggestions.
I mean, what he's got, like, he's in...
There's Pineapple
Express, for sure. He's in Step Brothers briefly, which is one of my favorite movies.
What about he's the cop in the high school movie.
Oh, Superbad.
Superbad.
Yep. Superbad.
That'd be pretty fun. Probably that one.
That one?
Because he shows up and he's like the cool guy cop.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Like, they turn out to be total bros.
Because he tries to be buds with McLovin, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one to replace.
Yeah.
That's
a great movie. But who's his friend? Who's the other cop? It's help us out, chat.
Yeah, chat, help us out. Who's the other cop? It's the dude from Saturday Night Live, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. And he's in Amy Schumer's movie, and
he's.
What's his name? I can see his face.
Chat, we're calling on you.
I'm drawing a
pointing over
blank.
the monitor here.
But yeah, you're right. He's the buddy cop.
Yeah.
That would be a really fun movie to be part of.
Yeah.
If you're talking about actually making the movie.
Bill Hader. There we go. Thank you.
Bill Hader.
I'm loving these chat questions though, so we're gonna keep rolling with another one. This one more serious and kind of in reference to one of your recent videos where you were talking about like curveballs, alternate physics, that sort of stuff. The question is do you sort of see any fundamental changes, like any fundamental modeling changes happening within Rocket League, maybe related to the physics or curveballs or anything like that, long term? I mean, obviously, short term, Rocket League seems like it's in a pretty good spot, but long term, ever see the direction, ever see it going that way?
No. I don't really see. Psyonix is pretty protective about the game, so I don't really see, and I understand why. Like, you don't really want to mess with key physics. It's interesting. It's a little different than other video games. Like, it's kind of interesting how Epic, obviously they get a lot of backlash for putting like all this crazy stuff in Fortnite.
Thanos Gauntlet and all that.
Yeah, sure, like the planes, all this like big swords, like but that's not really altering the physics. Like that's still just like objects. It changes the game like more than any cosmetic item, but like it's still not quite the same as like literally altering the physics. Mm-hmm. Which they do. I guess they do some stuff that's like pretty game changing. But I don't know. Fortnite's just a different beast, and so Psyonix is not like that at all. No. For better or for worse, I don't know. Maybe for it's very stable. You get that. Like they're never gonna. They're never gonna change anything about the game. Sure. But hopefully, I would hope for more. The thing that they could change is more game modes. I mean, like they've done Rumble and stuff like that. So, but maybe something that sticks a little more than Rumble. The thing was, like, a lot of people ask for that, and then people don't end up playing it. Yeah. So it's like, most people, I think, just want either they just have the idea and they can see themselves playing it, but they don't realize that, like, but would you actually play that, like, a lot?
Right.
Or do you just want to see it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of this is what I was taught in sales training, is it's like, people will tell you one thing, but is that really the problem? Like, the problem is that, at least in my opinion, when people are like, give us Rumble, give us Snow Day, what they're really saying is, we're tired of the same modes, we need something new, or we need a change, or we need something. It doesn't have to be throw Rumble, Snow Day, and Hoops in there. It just needs, like, what's going to spice it up, right?
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true.
I saw a lot of people in the Discord earlier this week kind of talking about, like, as people get more skilled, there's brand new mechanics being invented. That's kind of an area where I see maybe causing a change long term, right? Like, okay, now the field's too small. People are doing quadruple flip resets into like a wave dash across the. People don't even need boost any, just crazy stuff. And then I could see Psyonix looking at the state of the game and like, whoa, like, it can't even exist in this map anymore.
It would have to be a while. Like, it would have to be pretty game breaking. Because even flip like, I think we're still a ways from that. Sure. But I could, that's a possibility.
Yeah. So,
or they would have to adjust something based on if something broke the game with how good people became mechanically, then they would have to make a change. Yeah. So that would be interesting.
It'll be interesting to see if that happens as people get more skilled.
What I would like, and I'm biased, but I would love a creator, like, that would be the best thing they could do, in my opinion. A creator mode, like a sandbox, where you could alter the physics for content creation.
Yes.
Because then you would see an explosion of like creative videos on YouTube. You would generate more interest in the game, I think, because like it wouldn't be a playlist. It would just be a creative mode for Rocket League. People could try out all their ideas, and you can make maps for work. You can make workshop maps, but it's like it's not user friendly. Like, well, first of all, it's not in the game.
Right.
You have to have a PC, which is like 40% of the player base, so you're already like chopping everybody out. Yeah. And then, I mean, I haven't even attempted it. It's like really complicated. But if there was like a creative mode where people could make their own maps, alter, you could do mutators, but like taking it a step like way further than that, like that's nothing. That's just changing some rules of the game. Yeah. Like, it would be like, it'd have to be a sandbox like creative mode.
Sure. It would be like I don't know if you're a Halo guy, but Halo 2 had the Forge, or maybe Halo 3. One of them had the Forge, where you could just go in and like build stuff, create stuff. Yeah. Even like a Minecraft-esque environment.
Rocket League has no outlet for creativity other than like your gameplay.
Right.
And you can be creative. You're like,
Yeah.
there's definitely an itch to be scratched there as far as like, I want to learn this skill.
Right.
But it's slow and like, there's no outlet for like, or other than like designing your car. But even that's limited by the stuff you have.
Sure.
Unless you have a mod. There's no like, I would just love some sort of like creator tool that's like opens up the game, gives you access to all the items, and lets you like experiment, not use them because they have to keep the value of the item, but like, or not equip them,
right.
but at least see them.
Yeah.
Let everyone see everything in the game.
Yeah.
So they can like try out different cars, let them like, design maps, add projectiles, add physics elements, add like make workshop maps. They have like the rugby map, they have like the hide and seek map, they have those sweet obstacle courses, but those like are very like those take talent to make.
Yeah.
You don't have very many of them because they're hard to make.
Yep.
Like there's like 5 good ones in my mind, in my opinion, and then the rest are kind of just like meh.
I love the concept. Maybe we'll see it in there someday, and then
so
you
cool.
guys can all look back and be like, heard it here first. Heard it here first.
Because look at the curveball video. Like
yeah.
I had to seek out a programmer that could program physics to like make the ball curve. That's the only way I could have got that.
Yeah.
So I got lucky because I found the right guy.
Yeah.
It was like amazing, but I got totally lucky because I didn't think I was gonna find someone that could add something to the game. Like that's insane.
Right.
And I'm working with him again because I'm trying to add something else, but just for video. I just want stuff. I just want creative stuff in Rocket League that I can make videos about.
Right.
That's all I want.
A little sneak peek here of what may be coming down the line. Ooh.
It's gonna be crazy.
You heard it here first too. I want to kind of get us back on track here and get to some of the get to talk about like some of the content creator side of things. So obviously, congratulations, right? Full-time content creator. That's a huge step. I guess kind of take us through what it took to get here, right? Like, well, what got you to? I mean, I'm not asking for like your finance. We don't need to get like personal here, but like, what kind of got you to the point where you're like, okay, I can do this.
Well, it was the growth. So it was really the focus of I guess quality over quantity. It seems like people have been asking for that for a long time, and I have that same attitude in general about content creation.
Sure.
So it wasn't like I was just like putting out all these crappy videos and I just decided to not, and then it worked out. It was really hard to balance like a full-time job and like putting tons of time into like the perfect video. But there was a streak where it was like I was making the right kind of videos. I was balancing my work life. I changed. A big thing was two big things. One, my work is only 4 days a week. So I was able to work all day Friday on YouTube. So if that didn't exist, there's just no way I could have got to the point where I could quit.
Yeah.
And then, which is ironic, and they see the irony in that, like giving me that freedom actually allowed me to leave. Yeah. Which is fun. We laugh about that. Yeah. But the fact that they weren't sticklers about me pursuing my own stuff was really cool. And then the other thing was, what was I saying? 4 days a week, balancing my time.
Yeah, using
I forgot what I was saying.
Friday. Flexibility kind of helped you get to the full time.
Yeah.
You're talking about. I think you kind of threw something in there at the beginning about the quantity over quality.
Yeah. It was just finding that rhythm of like, it was getting to the point where it was just the growth and just making enough money to be like, this is sustainable. Like it wasn't at the beginning. Like it takes a lot to make it like sustainable. Like you really don't make that much money on YouTube until it's like you're getting 100,000 views on like a lot of your videos, which is the unfortunate. That's the reality. Yeah. Like it takes a lot. So I wasn't really in the zone of like quitting my job till like several months ago.
Sure.
I could have done it, but it would have still been a risk.
Right. It's good to have a little bit more stability.
Right. At the point I quit, it would have been like dumb not to.
Like
it was getting like, well, this needs to be what I'm focused on.
Yeah. So absolutely.
By the time I made the decision, it was not a hard decision. Like it was becoming like bad. Like I needed to. This is just dumb at this point. Why am I going to work? I need to make videos.
Hey, we can sympathize with that.
Yeah,
that's what we were doing with IGL. It was just I'm sitting at work just like scrolling through Discord and trying to update stuff. And I'm like, why am I even at work right now? Like, this is what I need to be doing. And
yeah,
glad we were both able to make the leap.
I actually remember what it was. So I switched from shooting so much to editing more at my work.
Oh, okay.
So when I was shooting a ton out in the field, like it's really hard work and like carrying the camera around. I was like way too tired at the end of the day to make edited videos.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. So that was huge. As I was like, I'm really not interested in shooting anymore. I'd rather just edit.
Mm-hmm.
So every day I'd go and I would just be sitting there editing, and I would come home totally like energized, ready to work.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge thing. That's why I said I don't like really regret at the beginning when I was putting out like more gameplay and stuff that required a little less editing, because that's all I could do at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do more because I was tired at the end of a work day. Like I couldn't make stuff at the end of after shooting and like lugging around this big camera and like thinking creatively at work. Like there's no way I could come home and like write out a creative Rocket League video. Like
Right.
I could only do that once a week on the side.
Because it would have been.
It was just Fridays.
It would have been work nonstop. Yeah. So
Yeah. I had that one day on Friday to make one video. I would spend the whole day. I would make one video.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
so now it was like I was energized during like the middle of the week to like work on videos, and then I could put out like 2 or 3 edited videos in a row, and that was where the momentum and the growth happened.
That's awesome. That's great.
In a lot of ways, I just got lucky.
Yeah, well, I mean,
My work
everything kind of fell into place. Thinking about kind of like your new full-time schedule, are you, I mean, obviously, we know you're streaming now a little bit. YouTube is still going to be the big thing. Is there anything that's going to kind of change with what you're doing? I mean, as far as maybe like, I don't know, just throwing examples out there. Like, are you going to try to maybe look into making stuff for other games? Or are you going to try to put out more videos? Like, what, any differences between your expecting?
Not huge differences because I'm really happy with how things are. So I'm not massive differences, but I'll definitely like, I don't want to get too stuck in the same thing and like stagnate. So I'm always thinking about, literally always thinking about what the future's like and what I'm gonna do, and it's exciting. Like I enjoy always thinking about it, but it is very obsessive. Like literally always thinking about it. But thankfully it's about video games, so I would always think about video games anyway. So it's kind of just a natural thing. But so I'm like streaming is gonna be a big thing actually. So that's the biggest. The biggest change is really like I'm starting at 3 days a week, but it's really gonna be like probably 4 to eventually 4 or 5 days a week.
Sure. Yeah. And give the people your streaming schedule so they know when they can tune in.
Right now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday afternoon, Wednesday morning, Friday night. So I'm trying at different times. It's really just like trying things out at this point.
Sure.
But it's still a schedule. It's still there on my channel. You can check it out. There's a little countdown timer on it.
Ooh.
It's pretty sweet.
I like that. We'll have to get ourselves one of those little countdown going live.
You just enter your schedule and then it automatically. It's one of the extensions in Twitch. It's like Streamlabs, or it's either from Streamlabs or some.
The OBS Streamlabs. You were giving us the tips on that earlier, talking about we're gonna be checking that out. Thinking about like other content creators. I mean, I know you worked pretty closely with Floomp and Sandman, some of the other guys. So. Is there like some kind of secret Illuminati of Rocket League content creators that determines who makes it and who doesn't? How'd you make it into the
there is. I had to sacrifice the blood of 6 platinums to John Sandman. He ate them before my eyes, and then I was in.
That's all you gotta do, Chad. Just find 6 platinums, but not near Smash. All right, find some other ones.
No, it's all very like. There's nothing but like it's just friends like deciding what to like. There's no organization. Not like I'm not saying there's no org. There's literally no organization in our making of the video. Like we're literally just like, you want to make a video? Yeah, sure. Like and then we just make it.
Sure.
Like, there's no. It's very unorganized.
Yeah.
Very relaxed. Like with John, it was like, hey, you guys want to make a threes video? I was like, yes. Fangirl.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's so casual. Like, it's not. We're just like kids playing video games, making videos. So it's super inclusive too. It's just like we see each other, we watch each other's videos. So when you get to the point where you watch enough of someone's videos, you have to reach out and like, hey, do you want to make a video together? Like,
yeah.
And if they've seen yours, then you're in.
Awesome. That's awesome. Is it, whenever you kind of start getting to know people, is it mainly just reaching out to them online, like, hey, I saw your videos and I'm making videos, let's do something together? Or because I know a lot of you guys obviously go to the RLCS stuff. Is that kind of where the relationships start, or is it all
No, it's mostly Twitter. Yeah, it's just like Twitter. Because that's kind of a natural, like, you can't DM unless you follow. So if you follow each other, then you have acknowledged each other already. Right. So then if you can DM someone, then they probably know who you are already anyway. Sure. So then it's like, it's an easy way to like connect with other creators. Yeah. If they follow you, chances are they would be interested in talking to you, or they wouldn't have a problem if you DM them. Right. So
right. I know.
That's probably the best way.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So I want to ask a little bit about Team Allegiance here, because obviously, they're no more. We were all sad to see him go. It was really neat that you and Flume were on the team.
Yeah, it was really cool.
No, it was kind of a brief time, but maybe give everybody a little bit of insight about what it's kind of like working for an esports organization.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to see sort of the ins and outs. I never got to like visit their base in Dallas. I still will, because there's DreamHack is going to be in Dallas, so I'll go and like, I'll meet Verge and some of the other guys that were in the org that are still based in the area. But I never got to see their headquarters and stuff like that. So I didn't really, the best glimpse I got was being in the Discord. But it was cool. Like, there were people I never even talked to, because it was they had a Smash team. They had or a couple Smash individuals. So their biggest one was None. They had some really good speedrunners, a Clash team. So there were some other people that I never even got a chance to meet. A couple graphic designers that I got a chance to meet, though. A couple video editors. So I did make some connections, but not as many as I didn't have time to make all the connections. But it was cool. It was just even in the Discord, it was cool. It was a hodgepodge of people that had come together that were interested in esports and gaming, and whether on the creative side like us, or content creation side, or like the serious, the actual competitive gamers. It was a cool mix. Yeah. Did you,
whenever you get to interact with the pros a little bit and meet them, what's that? I mean, kind of what's that like? Are you kind of asking them for advice, or is it just more casual, like, oh, I see your videos, or hey, I'll tune in. I know you're playing against whoever this week. Just kind of casual interactions.
Yeah. Again, we didn't really get a chance to I'd probably talk with Verge more than, so he was the coach, right? For those who don't know, than the players. I talked with, we met them, but there wasn't much time for, developing those relationships yet. Sure. So, but yeah, we would say good luck this week. And, it was we were there. Yeah. we were in the Discord,
jerseys, right? That was awesome.
That's right. We were cheering them on, but yeah, it was just we didn't know them that well, unfortunately. Sure. But it would have become. I think there were lots of plans for collaboration, so it's unfortunate that never got to happen. We could always use pros in videos, and they were in a couple of videos. Yeah. I know Flint 1v1 or Seabass, and there was collaboration there, but unfortunately not as much as there could have been. Yeah. Had it continued.
It ended too soon.
It did.
As far as because you and Flume, you guys were the first ones to become part of an org, specifically as content creators in the Rocket League scene. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because I know Pluto was doing it for FlyQuest too, but
that happened. That happened around the same time. Okay. Yeah, and he was technically a sub.
That's right.
So he was multi-purpose. Yeah. Well, he was the official sub, because he has he got the RLCS tag. Yeah. For being a contender or whatever. So he was technically a sub, but obviously part of his job description was probably to stream as well.
Right. Yeah, because I know he's still doing it.
And now he's still there. So now he's not a sub. So now he is just a content creator for them.
Interesting.
So that's kind of cool.
IGL easy path to esports or content creation partnership
There you
is
go.
what I'm hearing.
There you go.
Has nothing to do with what they were doing outside of IGL. It's just all just joking around. What was kind of expected of you from a content creation perspective? Like I remember talking to you about it whenever you first got in there. You're pretty much just allowed to keep doing your own stuff. I mean, maybe just kind of including a little bit about Allegiance, but yeah, what were kind of the expectations?
Oh yeah, it was so cool. So we worked with Verge, and Connor was the owner of Allegiance, and I still good friends with Verge and Connor.
You're playing with him on your Friday stream, weren't you?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it was super chill. It was great. Like Connor's goals and ideas were like perfectly aligned with ours. He got it. Like he understood. We wanted to maintain. It was just ideal. It was perfect.
Sure.
We didn't have to like. He understood the time constraints of like creating our own content. So he didn't ask too much, but they were like he had ideas for what he wanted to do, and so we would just help whenever we, he worked with our schedules and like, can we make a video for the Allegiance's channel this week? And it was amazing because they had video editors, and so we literally just had to like play and record. The easiest part of making a video is all we had to do because they edited the videos that went up on Allegiance's channel. So it was like, it was just pure fun, and it was just awesome. It was cool.
That's amazing. That's really great.
Yeah.
Let's shift it into that gameplay area because we all know you're an Octane guy, right?
That's right.
I
guess.
Yeah, I mean that's the car of choice for you from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Scarab seems like it's a close second. We know you had the stint with the Scarab.
Yeah, there's a special place in my heart for the Scarab.
For sure. Got a couple IGL games in there on the Scarab.
That's right. It happened at the same time as my pledge to use the Scarab for a month. So.
Yeah. What was that? Because I thought I saw a tweet about if the Browns win a football game or something. Was that it, or was that something different?
So that was just adding on to it. I was
Okay,
like, if they win this game, then I'll do it for an extra day. Which I don't know if I even honored that. So
yeah,
it's kind of just like a nothing tweet.
So one more day of Scarab.
It didn't
Who
mean
knows
anything.
when it'll be?
Yeah, I just have to at some point do it. Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking just adding on to that month, but yeah, I just have to use it for one day.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Yeah,
so it is done.
It's done. All right, there you go. I guess I was just kind of curious about, like, knowing your preference for cars. Are there any other cars you've kind of taken maybe some extended drives in or tried out, or any ones that have there been any recently even that you've seen that you're like, maybe I'd consider trying that one out?
Yeah, I've been in a slump recently, so I tried to switch cars, but it didn't really work, so it didn't actually happen. So no, nothing that I'm just gonna stick with the Octane because at this point it's like muscle memory. I know the hitbox. I could learn another car, but it really would be pointless for me at this point. But maybe it would be a good incentive maybe if you plateaued, which I kind of have plateaued, which is why I was trying other cars to like just try to learn a new hitbox in order to like spur the creativity again and like kind of come at the game fresh again.
Yeah.
But I just didn't really want to, so I did. But like the Breakout or like the Dominus, if you find like flat cars that's a big difference.
Yeah, they seem. I mean, we've seen a lot of the 16 Batmobile as well. Like
that's a popular one
coming in there. Do you think there is like any? Do you think like the Octane is pretty clearly the best car as far as all around usage, or do you think it kind of depends on like your play style? Maybe?
I think it's the play style. The popularity of the Octane came. Well, it was just suited for a popular play style,
sure.
I think. And like a lot of people liked it, and it just stuck, and it's kind of just an effect. So many people learned the hitbox, learned to like it, learned the play style, and then it became part of the meta. Not meta, but like, I don't know. It just became the most popular car because of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a weird effect where it's actually more popular than it should be, probably. But whatever.
It's interesting to think about a meta in Rocket League, like.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe this exists, but is there anything where it's like, okay, we can't have 3 Octane users per team, right? We got to have 2 Octanes and a flat, or like, you know what I mean? Is there like a like a I don't know? I'm thinking of like RPG games and stuff. We got our tank, we got our healer, we got our Octane, we got our Batmobile, and we got our Dominus. Like, is there anything that goes on like that at all? I didn't
because
think
they're too the changes are too small. Like the differences are too small.
Sure.
Where it really doesn't matter.
Sure.
Because it's more about what you're comfortable in. So on a pro team, like sometimes turbo will change like mid series. Like
Sure.
it literally like doesn't throw each other, like doesn't throw them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't throw any, what the other person is using shouldn't probably throw you off. Because it barely throws, you off if you change your car. It can, but like, it's small, it's incremental, like it's very tiny. So
interesting. Maybe that's an idea for the future of Rocket League, like a first pick, first ban, who gets the Octane, who gets the Dominus.
That'd be hilarious.
It's like a Rocket League MOBA or something like
You're
that.
like forced to use other cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but we'll see if that idea goes anywhere, chat. I think we kind of want to close out with just a handful of like Rocket League themed. What is your favorite questions? And then maybe we'll see if Chad has anything else for you here. But first one we'll start off with. Just this is a broad one. I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific moment, but just maybe your favorite thing that you've done in game, whether it's you pulled off some crazy play, you hit a certain rank, whatever. What's your favorite thing you've done in game?
There's probably a couple things. I think one was hitting champion for the first time, which was like way back in season 3 before the big rank reset. So there was like, what was it? It was like prospect, challenger, like superstar. I was a superstar, and I was like pretty far from champ. But I ran into this guy named Colonel Wong, and he carried me like I didn't know him at all. Yeah. So it was like organic. He organically boosted me because we played really well together. Yeah. I saw he was really good.
Yeah.
He was probably smurfing or something. I don't know why he was that low.
Yeah.
But we teamed up, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have teamed up with someone you played well with, and then like never talked again. Well, for whatever reason, we kept talking. We actually became friends, but so it became like a cool moment. But it was that first night. In one night, he carried me all the way up to champ. It was hilarious. It was like 2 like I told my wife I was coming to bed in half an hour, and it was like I crawled into bed at 2 a.m. I was like, Linnell, I hit champ. She was like, I don't give a shit. Why are you?
Yeah, that's what every wife wants to hear.
I met this guy in ranks. We teamed up, and he carried me to champ. Like I had to tell. I knew she wasn't gonna care.
Yeah.
I was still that excited. So that's definitely like a top one. Another one was pranking Floop on Johnny Boy's stream. So one of my memories is getting boosted, and the other memory is I wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
It was Lethamyr playing for me. Those are my 2 best memories. Or like
that's
really
awesome.
stupid, like not even things I did.
Those are great memories, though.
But really
Those
great
are
memories.
Great ones. Because Colonel Wong he's been in some of your videos, and he's one of the like, professors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought, man. What was your favorite RLCS memory?
Oh, that was
or
super
moments,
easy.
Right? Yeah.
That's the easiest question because it was definitely being in London in the copper box, Justin's game 7 overtime shot to send it to overtime. It was like, it was so cool to be in that arena. It was so loud, it was everything you would imagine. It was like the tension, like the fact that it was game 7, like I tried so hard to describe it in that video that I did about the shot.
Right.
And I think it came across, but like that was really cool.
That's got to be the greatest moment in Rocket League history. I would imagine. Like
definitely so far.
Single play. I don't know.
Definitely.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a Rocket League historian or anything like that.
No, that's it. That's the best play.
It. Yeah.
It's pretty much undisputed. There's definitely like some really special, great, incredible shots and like great overtime goals and comebacks and stuff. But there's no dispute. Any Rocket League fan will tell you that was the best moment, and I was there.
And you were there.
Definitely my best memory.
That's amazing.
For RLCS.
How about your favorite video that you've made?
I don't know if I have a favorite one.
Sure.
It might be it's probably that video on that shot. It's probably that document because it came together so naturally. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't have to, like, the work came so. Some videos, like, they're all work and they're all hard work, but some of them, it feels like they're like writing themselves. Like, I don't even have to think about it. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm going to say about this one. Mm-hmm. And like that one, like 12 minutes long, and it just wrote itself all the way through. Like it was work, but it was just like, it was not painful. It was like the easiest work ever, and it was so fun to make. And then it did so well, and like, so that's probably my favorite.
And not to go back to Find Your Manifolds, but he was in that video, wasn't he? The vlog, or is this a different
No,
one?
sorry.
Okay, this is
not the RLCS vlog.
Okay, just a video about the actual.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That is a video about that event.
Got it.
You're 100% right
Got
about
it.
that. But no, the one about Justin Shot, like the
that's right.
It starts out like I actually used some of the footage of that RLCS video. But no, yeah, it's like telling the story in a documentary and then breaks down the shot.
That's right. Okay, yeah. I was getting your videos confused there. I thought you were talking about like the,
Yeah, being there in the moment.
Yeah.
I've done multiple videos on that now. I
actually,
just realized.
Cut that out and broke down the whole.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's right. Okay.
But I did use that footage from that. So
Got it. Okay.
pretty much the same video.
Same video. All right. All right. Here's the last favorite question. Favorite IGL moment.
Favorite IGL moment.
Yep.
Okay, I have to decide between it was either the very first like LAN event, which is like the first meetup where we met everyone.
Yeah.
Manival was there. We won.
Yeah.
It was at whose house is that?
It was at my house.
Was it your house? That was good. That was good. There was lots of beer. It was amazing.
Yeah.
We played. It was like it went like 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was 4 hours because like it was just like a perfect gamer. Like not everything went perfectly, but we all had fun and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So either that one and I know it'll never happen again because now IGL is bigger now. Like that was the first. It was like 20 guys.
Yeah.
Like was there a girl there? Or a couple girls? No, I think it was just
I
think it was just a
20
sausage
dudes.
fest.
Yeah.
It's a full-on sausage fest, but it was classic epic gamer moment.
Yeah. It was. That may be one of my favorite IGL memories too. Because you know what's crazy?
It was the beginning.
Is, like, it was the beginning, and like I'm gonna list off some of the names of people that were there, right? So obviously we said you and Manival, Rube Danube, Mustache, Fusion, who you guys played this week, Faded, Zingor, Old Man Joe. Who else was there?
Mustache.
I said Mustache, Jeff Squarton. Just like people that have played in like 2-3 circuits and are still here. It's insane.
The OGs.
The OGs. 20 people who came over to some random dude's house. The LAN wasn't working at all. We just threw it all downstairs. It took like...
I played on an Xbox.
Yeah. It took like 3 times as long as it was supposed to. And yet here we are today, ladies and gentlemen. Harking back to the good old days.
Best memory.
That's a good one to have. I like that one. Smash. So Smash has been working behind the scenes over here. I don't know if we have any questions from chat here just to wrap it up. I know we just have a few moments, but if there's anything going on here. Ooh, I turned over here at the right time. Sergeant Z, Grand Champ of our hearts. Thanks so much for hitting us with that sub. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Give the shout out.
Dustbuster asked, have you considered moving to another game, make content for increasing your audience?
Yeah, we talked that one earlier.
Let's see. If anyone has any last second questions on chat.
Last second questions here, chat. I'll talk for a little bit to kind of fill the silence here. Get your questions in here last second. We're going to be closing up here soon. So just talking about our streaming schedule this week real quick. Obviously tomorrow we'll be back here in the casting booth, Smash and I, going over the stats, the standings, predictions, all that. We're also doing a T-Now AMA. So get your questions to Smash. You can ask me some questions, try to trip me up. We're also going to obviously be doing our Overwatch games tomorrow, and then Rocket League Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So full week coming at you. And more important than what's coming up this week, March 9th, mark your calendars. This includes you. Tappers Takeover event.
Yes.
Saturday, March 9th, we're doing another Tappers Takeover. So everybody go ahead and pencil that in your... Don't pencil it, actually. Pen. That's a hard set date. We've already talked with the Tappers guys. That's when it's happening. But we'll make sure to communicate more details of that going forward here. So, Smash, did I stall long enough, or is chat...
We got another one from Dustbuster. Yeah. You put more thought into doing more collab videos with people like Rocket Sledge who have a similar style of video making.
Okay, so in case that one didn't make it to the microphone, Dustbuster asking, do you have more plans to maybe collaborate with other users? Specifically, Rocket Sledge was mentioned, who have like similar styles to your creation.
Yeah. I don't think about it too far out ahead. I have a small list of video ideas, and so yeah, I'm always like open to that kind of thing as the ideas come. So every once in a while, like Rocket Sledge will come to me with an idea, And if it's the right time, then I'm like, yeah, let's do it. If it's not, then I'm like, yeah, I have this other list. I'm working on this other stuff. So it kind of just on a case by case basis, but the possibility is like always there to collaborate. Like I'm always looking for people to make videos together with together. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, always have that possibility, which is exciting. Like that's a fun part of making videos on YouTube is collabing.
Yeah.
So
Here's
yes,
the last one.
Absolutely.
The origin of SunlessKhan.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Classic
you would have
question.
thought we would have been smart enough to include that in the questions, but yeah, let's hear what the origin of SunlessKhan.
It was just a random name generator in the Xbox.
That's
Really
amazing.
anticlimactic, but yeah, that's all it was.
That is awesome.
Actually, it was a little bit of creativity because I think the random name was like Sunless something, and I was like whatever, but I liked the idea of Sunless, and then it was something else Khan. And I was like, ooh, SunlessKhan.
Yeah.
It just sounded good to me. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
just kind of rolls off the tongue, I
as the brand.
yeah, I guess.
So I will give the one last question here from chat. Since we started off talking about, hey, our first IGL experience involved plenty of beer. What's your favorite place to grab a drink? Maybe around Indy, or I know you're kind of north of Indy. What's your favorite watering hole?
Okay. Yeah. So where I'm from. Oh, I don't want to talk about my tiny town.
Yeah.
I really don't. In Indy, I don't think I have. Oh, actually, I do. So my favorite beer is Sun King.
Okay.
Sun King is a locally brewed beer. So
Yeah.
wherever they have a couple locations in Indy. So that's my favorite.
That's the spot.
They have a
Alright.
cool little, they have like, it's not a restaurant, but they have like, taps and stuff.
Sure.
So
Sure.
yeah, that's my favorite. Get a nice Sun King on tap. Really, anything they make is
Yeah.
amazing. So.
It's only about 10-15 minutes away from the IGL HQ.
Oh yeah.
We may be walking over here after that, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
We'll
always
see
down.
about that. But yeah, thanks so much for coming in here, man. It's the
Yeah, of
first
course.
episode of Press Start. You've always been so great at supporting IGL, helping us out. We were just a couple of guys trying to throw a lead together, and you reached out to us, a known name that meant a lot. It means a lot that you're here today, and I know everybody watching really appreciates it. Any chance to ask you some questions, interact with you. It's much appreciated. So keep killing it. Best of luck with the full-time content creation. I'm sure it's gonna go great.
Appreciate it. It's great to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you.
My pleasure.
Guys, next Sunday, we mentioned Tappers earlier. We are having one of the owners from Tappers Arcade Bar here in the studio with us. Jeff Moulton is his name. You probably saw him if you've been to some of our IGL events, but he's going to be here talking to us all about what it's like to own that arcade bar here in Indy, kind of where they're going with their growth here in 2019, and all kinds of other awesome stuff. So again, get your pens out, calendar, 7 p.m. next Sunday. We're talking to Jeff from Tappers Arcade Bar. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Commissioner T-Now and the legendary SunlessKhan going to sign out for now. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. for the casting booth. I think our tech guy